All right, we're here in the Niners locker room with Niners defensive end. And Sam, first, I would get this question a lot.
Yeah.
You know, what's the best pronunciation of your last name?
Okuayinonu.
Okuayinonu.
It's
So
Okuayinonu.
there's a lot of letters in there. But
Yeah,
you're
there
giving
are.
Okuayinonu.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okuayinonu. There's a lot of letters of silence, you know.
Yeah.
So,
How you feeling? You got a
Feeling
sack
good,
this
man.
week. Obviously, you know it's a team game. You guys
Yeah.
didn't get the win, but how'd you feel about what the film looked like?
I mean, you always feel better after a win, man.
Sure.
A lot of stuff to clean up this week, but thought I felt good out there, looked good out there, man. Trying to take advantage of my opportunities given to me, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What are the Pats' offensive line? I know it's a bigger kind of physical offensive line. What do they look like on film to you?
I mean, it's never about what they do or how they look, man. It's always about us and our scheme and how we prepare, you know. We try to keep the mentality that, like, our opponent has no face, and we don't try to attack each week, making it all about us and what we do in our scheme, man. So we're gonna get to the film, see what their strengths and weaknesses are, and try to attack it.
How do you feel about this line so far? 3 games in, you know, you guys had a real strong first game against Rodgers. Maybe
Right.
not as much pressure the last 2 weeks. But what does the film look like the last couple of weeks?
As far as what?
Well, just as far as you guys as a unit.
I think we're getting better and better every week, man. You know, as the season progresses on, we're not where we want to be, as everybody knows. So, you know, every week, man, when you watch Carter on that tape, man, I feel like we're getting better and better each week. So, you know, we got to clean up the little mistakes and then, you know, get ready for Pats.
You're a pass rusher. I've heard other guys say that the best way to set up a tackle is to stripe on a stripe, bull rush him early, and then kind of go from there. Do you have a game plan? Is it change week to week?
Yeah,
or
I
is it the
mean,
same every week?
I would say, though, the best way to, you know, get an offensive lineman thinking, keep him on his feet is definitely with power, because, you know, if you can respect your power, then everything else does kind of become open to you, you know, because then he's trying to not get embarrassed, and then he might sit down and give you his hands or, you know, and there's multiple ways to beat him if you respect your power, man. So definitely when I start the game, I try to let them feel my power, let them know I'm here, and then try to work off that into other moves and shit. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like power is a major strength
For
of your
sure.
game.
For sure, man. I'm a shorter guy, but I got a lot of weight on me. I know you might not see it, but I got a lot of weight on me and I can move. So, and I got natural leverage to begin to get underneath these taller guys, taller tackles, and, you know, enforce my will, yeah.
You got 2 real good technicians in Bosa and Floyd.
Yeah.
And they're different body types than yours.
sure.
But when you watch them, have you been able to steal anything from
Hell
from their
yeah. I
pass
mean,
rush?
I talk to Bosa and Flo all the time. I'm always like Nate picking them, asking them hella questions. I kind of sit next to Nick in meetings, so I know he probably gets annoyed at me. But I always ask him about his rushes, his angles, his mindset going into the rushes, like what he sees, how he's setting up his moves. And Flo the same way too. I'm always shopping there with him, man, trying to see what his mindset is too. Because if you can get 2 different rushes, you know, because they're not the same rushes, you know, everybody have their own style. So just trying to nitpick from each of them and trying to incorporate it into my own game, and it has truly helped me a lot since I've been here developing as a pass rusher, man. Having these guys around me, having Nick and Flo and Yee and all these guys in the D-line room, man, it's been great. It's been great.
These guys are, I mean, you could learn so much.
Right, of
you know,
course,
from
man.
just watching these guys do their thing.
Right.
What about when last year, you got signed here as a practice squad
Right.
last year, and I talked to you late in the year.
Yeah.
And it's a process, right? So
Right.
it takes it took the rest of the last year, this
Right.
off season.
Right.
How did you transition from when you first got here to obviously now you're playing and you're part of the
Right.
rotation? How's that going?
It's going great, man. It feels good. Man, I really thank my D-line coach, man. I feel like Coach Chris has elevated my games to levels that I didn't even know I was capable of, man. He's such a good coach. Like I said, man, he has changed my mindset when it comes towards the run game or the passing game, how I attack it. You know, just like really focusing in on my opponent's strengths and weaknesses and then exploiting that to my advantages, man. But you know, I've just been playing my role, man. Whatever job they got for me to do, it's been trying to do it to the best of my ability. Whether that being on scout team or getting called up on Sunday, man. And whenever my number is called, I'll be ready. Just know
One thing
that.
that stands out when I watch you is the motor.
Yes, sir.
I guess I would imagine you pride yourself on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, I'm a shorter guy, so I got to make up for in a lot of different ways. So, you know, I try to have relentless motor and try to bring that power aspect to the game and try to enforce my will on my opponents, man.
A couple last ones for you, Chris. You mentioned Chris.
Yeah.
He's improved your game. How exactly? I mean, for
man, shit.
We
just
don't know
like
ball like you guys know ball, but I mean, give us an idea of a couple things that maybe Chris has done to really help.
I would say just like my rush angles and like how I approach like the tackles, because like if you're too tight to them, then they could just grab you and stuff. So just getting like the perfect width, getting your hands up when you're getting close to them, realizing what type of tackles they are, because not every tackle is the same. Some of them like to kick out wide, some of them to kick straight back, some of them have power, some of them more finesse. So he's really helped me understand, try to get a grasp of who I'm going against. Like if I'm going against like a big ass tackle, I'm not going to work power again. Got to work finesse move, try to get around them. And then as far as like going against someone who may not be as strong as me, and I can really take advantage of him with my power. So he's really opened my eyes, man, and making all my rushes and all my attack look the same. And if you make it all look the same, then you keep him guessing, man. And that's really what he's helped me with.
Let's talk film for a second. You guys watch it as a team.
Right.
You watch it as a position group, right? Do you then go into the cut-ups and look at the tackles? And do you get cut-ups of like the individual tackles? And does that help you kind of devise your plan?
Of course, that's everything, man. Like we said, we watch a lot of film, but even when I'm home, I'm watching a lot of film too. I like to know who I'm going against. I like to know my opponent. I like to know their tendencies. So, even though we watch from here, when I get home, man, I try to pick up the iPad, 20, 30 minutes, just going at it, trying to see what their tendencies are, man. Because like I said, when my number's called up, I want to be ready, So.
I don't know if the fans realize how smart you got to be to be in the NFL.
Right.
I mean,
it's a lot of mental,
it's not just
man.
You got to be big, strong, fast.
Right.
You gotta. It's a lot of your mental.
Exactly,
right?
it is,
It's
man.
a
It
big part
is.
of
It is. I'll say it's more mental than physical, to be honest. 'Cause
Really?
Even to be physical, you gotta have the mindset to want to run someone over or hit the crap out of someone or to just dominate your opponent. It starts with the mindset and having that confidence. So. And knowing what to do too. If you know what to do, you can play fast, or if you know who you're going against, you can play fast and play physical, and you can know their weakness and their strength. So, I try to watch a lot of film and try to study my opponents.
Last one, you guys lose Hargrave.
Yeah.
You lose him maybe for the year.
Right.
I mean, that's a tough one, man.
Very
He's a
tough.
baller.
Yeah.
How does the group step in? I mean, obviously, Big Jordan's got talent. There's a lot of guys in that room with talent, for sure. That's for sure. But
I mean,
it's a big loss.
Hargrave is gonna be hard to replace, man. Everybody know, man. Dude's super productive, flying around, man. I ain't never seen a big dude run around the field like that. He's chasing plays outside the numbers, he's getting pressure on the quarterback. It's definitely gonna be hard to replace him, man. I feel like we all got to step in individually. We all got to raise our games, because that's a lot of production that's not gonna be out there. So we all got to take the next step, man, to kind of replace what he's not going to be produced because he's out for the year. So we got to step up our game, man, try to replace that production points because he's such a good guy, man. He's on that field wrecking. He's like a wrecking ball out there. And I'm gonna miss Grave, man. I hope he comes back strong and better than he was, man, for sure.
Sam, keep it rolling, man.
Yes,
Go
sir.
Terps, by
Yes,
the way.
sir. Go Terps. Go Terps, man. Yes, sir.
Good to see you, man. Sam Okuayinonu. Thanks, man.